guys. Hope everyone is doing well today. I am jumping on to give a little bit of an update, which I haven't done, and I feel like before I start this week, I should probably do that. For those that are just watching this for the first time, my name is Rebecca, and I am going through breast cancer right now and fighting it as hard as I can. And I am using this platform as a way to kind of keep friends and family updated, and as a way for other women that are going through this to kind of see what I've been going through and kind of help prepare them as they start going through this or as they continue to fight. And so yeah, so that's why who I am. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. I try to give updates as I can. This has been a long-awaited update, I guess. I am probably going to post another video along with this, and this update will be a two-part update. I filmed a video about a week and a half ago, and just so you know, it's a pretty raw video. I wasn't sure if I was going to post it, but I think I am going to post it, and I will kind of tell you why. So I'm finishing the 5th round of my chemo regimen, which is a taxotere, carboplatin, Herceptin, Perjeta regimen. They call it TCHP. If you've been following me, you've heard me say that a few times. And it is a chemo regimen that fights HER2 positive breast cancer. So I am HER2 positive, and I am hormone, estrogen, progesterone negative. I don't know that there's a good cancer type of breast cancer. They all suck. I'm just gonna be honest with you. My type of breast cancer, being HER2 positive, and the grade that it is, and the way that it presents on pathology, it's very fast growing, so it requires a very aggressive treatment regimen, and that's what I've been going through. So the first part of that is the 6 rounds of this really hard chemo. I call it, when I'm talking to people, I'm trying to explain to them what my treatment plan is. It's kind of hard because I am going to be on treatment for so long, even after this part of it, to keep it from coming back, because it's that aggressive. And but the hard part is right now that it's what I've been going through. And there's 6 rounds of this chemo regimen, this hard chemo, and I've just got completed with my 5th round. So they do it in every 21 days. And the way that it started out was that I would go in and I would have an infusion, and then I would feel bad for a few days, and then I would feel better, and then I would have 1 full week of where I felt really good, and then slowly that's kind of devolved into where I really don't have good weeks. So this last round, this round 5, it really knocked me down. It was the hardest to date, and that was to be expected. My oncologist warned me about that. It just has really cumulatively taken a toll on my body and everything, and it's made me very, very weak, and it has made me where I can't eat or drink or keep things in. I take all of the medicines for all of this, and it doesn't really help. And that's frustrating because I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, but it's still hard. And, it makes you want to give up at times. And so the video that I filmed a couple weeks ago, about a week and a half ago, was on a low day. And so if you go back and you watch that, I'll post them together, you know, as like part 1 and part 2. And if you go and watch that other one, that's where I was coming from at that moment. I haven't even really watched it back, but I know how I felt in that moment. And, you know, it's pretty raw and awful. But it is how, you know, those are the, you know, that's how it is. It's real. You know, I've said this before. It's hard when you're going through this because you want to give other people encouragement. You want to be positive. And, you know, when you're fighting cancer, it's not all positive. It's not all encouragement. You have low days, and I feel that you've got to be able to be honest about that. And acknowledge that they're hard, because they're hard. And that's just where I was right there. I will say that since that video, I'm on now day 20. So tomorrow is day 21. And I have, I guess, so it's 21 or whatever. Like tomorrow I have my very last round of the hard chemo, round 6. And I've made it this far, and it makes me want to cry because, oh my gosh, you know, there are days where I just didn't know that I would get to this moment. I won't lie. I do not want to go tomorrow. I am terrified of how the next couple of weeks will be, because I know how this last 3 weeks have been, and it's been awful. And what is really motivating me is the fact that a lot of things. I mean, my family, I have 3 kids. I have my husband, I have my parents. They have all been rallying around and feeling so helpful. They have been helpless. They feel helpless because nothing seems to make it easier, and they want to make it easier. And I want them to be able to do that, but it just isn't the way that it is. And, you know, but they are a big reason why I know I can get through tomorrow. My prayer warriors, everybody in my community, my people that have been praying for me when I have been just so weak and yelling at God. And I've had those moments, and I think that that's okay. I think God understands and has provided that comfort to me. And to my family, and, you know, it's just been tough. So, that's where I am right now. I go in for that last chemo tomorrow. I've been able to eat the last 2 days, so that's been great, because I haven't really been able to eat. And that's, you know, when you don't have nutrition and you can't drink, and you're, you know, I've gotten fluids. I have a different game plan going in this time, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But my body has just been so weak, and that does not help your mental state. So my mental state has not been fantastic. But today is an okay day. It's raining outside, so you may hear that in the car. But I'm going to get through it tomorrow. I know that I'm going to get through it. And I know that the next couple of weeks are going to be very, very tough. And it's surreal because you look at the days. So like today is June 10th. In 17 days, I am going to have a bilateral mastectomy. And that is very close after this last chemo. The reason why I'm doing that is because if you watch any of my other videos, I've talked about the surgery decision on, you know, and it kind of goes back to when I was diagnosed with breast cancer and how all of that went down. But, you know, I have kind of shopped around for a surgeon and a breast surgeon and a plastic surgeon. And I found both that have been highly recommended and that I feel comfortable with outside of my regular hospital system. I'm going to still use my regular hospital system, but for purposes of surgery only, I'm going to a different facility with folks that have been recommended by people that I know that have used them, and comfort level and all of that kind of stuff. It's a personal decision. I'm not going to say one is better than the other or any of that, because I don't know. And honestly, when you go through this, you're kind of going blindly, just having faith that God is going to put you in the right hands, and sometimes you make the right decisions and sometimes you don't, and it's way too early for me to know if I've made the right decisions in all of this. So I'm having faith that I've chosen the right surgeons and praying for their hands and their healing, and that, it all goes well. But these surgeons, you have to coordinate schedules, and the only time that they could really do it that fits in the window that I need this surgery done is 17 days from now, which means that is 16 days from when I have my last chemo, which means that I am very likely not going to be fully recovered, which makes me very, very nervous. And when I say fully recovered, I mean that I'm not going to be feeling well. I might not have strength. I'm nervous about it. My oncologist and his team have given me encouragement that it's okay, that it'll be fine. We have a game plan going into this, that I'm going to have fluids and whatever else that I need through my port multiple times before that surgery. So typically I get fluids. I have chemo on a Tuesday, and I typically get fluids on the Thursday and Saturday. I'm going to continue that on through until I have surgery. Every couple of days I'm going to get fluids, and if I have to get something else in that bag to help me, I will do that as well. Nutrients or whatever. But hopefully that will help. I don't know. I have officially taken off work starting today, so that I can, because if you don't know, I've been working through all of this. I mean, I've worked from home a lot, but I have been working my full-time job. And I also am on a local school board, and I'll continue to do that as long as I can. And right now we've timed it kind of where I can manage that responsibility, but work-wise, I'm taking off several weeks with FMLA to get past this chemo and to heal from my surgery. So that's where I am right now. My very intentional prayer in the weeks to come is that this last round of chemo finishes killing the cancer in my boobs, and that the surgery takes everything out, and that when I wake up on the afternoon of the 27th, that I don't have cancer in my body anymore. That is my prayer every night. That doesn't mean my fight is over, because my cancer is aggressive, but I'm really praying that my cancer is out of my body on the 27th, because I hope that it's dead right now, and that this is just, doubly killing it. I don't know. But when they take, my body parts off, I hope that it is all gone, and, everything else is preventative and not treatment. And that's what our game plan is right now. We won't know until several days after surgery about that. That determines the path forward with my treatment on how that pathology comes back. If it goes the way that we want it to go and the cancer is gone, I still have radiation that will come several weeks after this surgery, and then I will have the targeted therapy, the Herceptin and Perjeta, for 14 treatments, I believe it is. It's every 21 days. It's not as harsh as the chemo that I've been doing, but it's the drug that was invented to keep the HER2 positive at bay, to keep it from coming back. And it's it's supposed to be a miracle drug, and hopefully you know, that's the treatment that we go on. If the cancer is still present, if there's still residual cancer, then there's another drug that has that Herceptin in it. That's a combo targeted therapy chemo drug that they'll do, and they'll still do the radiation. Hopefully that's not what we have to do, but they did give me a heads up on that a couple weeks ago, that was a possibility. They don't, you know, they don't really want to, when I say they, my oncologist, like, they don't really want to talk about it until we get that pathology back, because you just don't really know. And I think that they don't want to worry me and the speculation, but as you know, y'all know, if you know me, I need to know all of the outcomes so I can mentally prepare for that. And right now I'm just kind of willing it into that we're going to have the cancer killed, and that's what's going to happen. So that is my update. If you can see on my eyes, I have been getting like styes or whatever on my eyes, and that is very obnoxious and ugly. I feel that it is. It makes me very self-conscious, but it's just one of those side effects, I guess. And hopefully tomorrow when I go in for chemo, they can come and tell me what to do about that. But I don't know that there is. Everything that I've learned is that this is every side effect that I have got, that you can get from this chemo, I feel like I am getting. Like, I've started getting, my hands are starting to get numb, my fingernails are starting to get weird. I only have one more, and that is, I'm telling you, that is what gets me through these moments of where I'm just so dejected. I only have one more. I have tomorrow. I just have to go in tomorrow, and I know it's gonna suck the next couple of weeks, but I just gotta go in and ring that bell with my babies, because that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna be we're gonna get this done, and that's where I am. So thanks for watching this. I am gonna go get my kids from Vacation Bible School, and I will post both of these videos. And you know, if you've been going through this, leave a comment and tell me how it's going. I'm praying for you. I hate that any of us are going through this, and you don't really understand it until you're going through it. And people say that all the time, and gosh, that stands true right here, because there are so many things with this that are, you just can't appreciate it. But what you can appreciate is all of those people that are praying for you, and that are nice to you, and that are nice to your family. Because that's what you remember. That's what I remember during all of this. When I am laying on the floor crying, I think about the nice comments that people say to my kids, to my husband, to my parents, to me. I think about the prayers. I try to remember and recall scripture that people are saying to me, because it gives me comfort, and it gives my kids comfort, and it doesn't necessarily make it better in the moment, but it does. It literally pushes you through, and I appreciate that. So I'm paying that forward to everyone. You know, yeah. So anyways, I could go on about that, but I hope everyone has a blessed day, and thank you so much. And I'll be back and give you an update on this last round, and you know, before we go into surgery. So we're getting there, friends. We're getting there. All right, y'all have a great day. Love you. Bye.